Give us 60 minutes and we'll give you Nelson Radio every Saturday from 2 to 3 p.m. on KTLK AM 1150. With 29 years in the mortgage business and an array of top-level guests visiting the show, Nelson is in a unique position to bring you cutting-edge information on real estate, business, finance, and law. If you have any questions for Nelson or any of his guests, give him a call at 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136. Or check him out online at nelsonradio.com.
Nelson Radio. You're listening to Nelson Radio. This segment brought to you by Academy Mortgage.
You're listening to Nelson Radio as we look at the iconic architectural examples in Southern California. I'm excited to showcase in this week's Coach's Corner the director of Southern California Institute of Architecture to find out more about this theme and talking about some of the iconic homes. I want you to call us direct. 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136. Or click on nelsonradio.com. And more importantly, if you're a buyer in the market, connect with us direct. We'll put you with the consummate professionals in the marketplace. Just text the name buyer to 313131. And I want to introduce you here to Eric Owen Moss, the current director of the Southern California Institute of Architecture right here in Los Angeles. Welcome to the program, Eric.
Nice to be here.
So I wanted to open with just a quick question, and this will help me along in terms of where SCI-Arc has been, opening its doors in 1972, and its mission at that time was to favor a more free-form intersection of teachers and learners, and then you talked about an ever-renewable pedagogy, and I want you to break that down into layman's terms. What was the vision?
Initially, when the school began in the early 70s, I think what's compelling about SCI-Arc now is that I think SCI-Arc has kept its hand in that speculative, open, ferment, curious, not teaching advocacy or allegiance, but speculation, go hard at a point of view, interrogate it, look at another point of view, interrogate that. And with the studios that are taught and the seminars that are taught and the exhibitions that are done and the lectures that are given and the books that are produced, there's an enduring discourse in various directions. And I think that it's to SCI-Arc's credit that as the time has changed, I don't want to say quite that SCI-Arc is an anachronism, but that the ferment that I referred to that belonged to the 70s, probably the 60s and the 70s, has become something very different now, politically and sociologically. So I think SCI-Arc, in a sense, by holding to its operational principles, is more unique now, in a sense, than it was in the 70s or 80s when it belonged to a group of people and institutions and ideas. I think SCI-Arc may be a little bit more solitary now, but in a positive way in terms of point of view.
Eric, this is Gerard Bisignano, and I was actually noticing in your message from the director, you said that it is the pursuit of the fragile, conception and process is intact today. What does that mean exactly?
I think that especially when you look at America now and you look at the discourse or the political discourse, if it's a discourse at all, there seem to be, in most cases, people who are somewhere between self-righteous and sanctimonious. They know how the world works. They know what's good. That's usually them. Therefore, they know what's bad. That's usually the guy on the other side of the table. And attitudes are aggressive and filled with a kind of overreach in terms of conviction and belief. That the truth of the matter in things, let's say, is the tension between possibilities. That means it's not just this or it's not just that. And I think SCI-Arc is very interested in creating an intellectual capacity on the part of students to see different points of view, and ultimately not necessarily to align with one to the exclusion of another one, but to recognize that there may be something of use in both ways, not yes, you're right, no, you're wrong. And that's what I mean by fragile.
Eric, this is Brett Miller. I have a question for you. When SCI-Arc was founded in 1972 and broke away from the more rigid traditional form of architecture, it seems to me like that might have started a little bit of a race to see who can become the most cutting-edge, non-traditional architectural school of thought. It seems like that race started in 1972. Do you feel like that still is the case?
When you say that, what it makes me think of is the common public relations and advertising phrase that we hear so much of now, outside the box. It's automatically a virtue to be outside the box. And I think the truth of the matter is if everyone is outside the box, and when you look at the behavior that constitutes outside the box, I would say as an aside, that a lot of that so-called outside the box is cautious and careful and conservative, and maybe it should not be labeled outside the box. But in any case, the truth of the matter may be that at this point, the better place to be, and I think you know what's coming, is probably inside the box.
Makes perfect sense. You're listening to Nelson Radio. We're with the director of the Southern California Institute of Architecture, SCI-Arc. To find out more, call us direct, 888-888-2136. That's 888-888-2136, or click through at nelsonradio.com. Or if specifically you're in the market for design, text the word buyer to 313131, and we'll connect you with our network of professionals.
Eric, I'm looking at a collection of your projects here. I love this kind of architecture. I love cutting-edge stuff. I like contemporary, outside or inside the box. Could you tell me something about, in your opinion, what's the most exciting project currently underway at SCI-Arc?
I'm not sure I could pick one. I think you know about this robot house that we have, yes, where we collected from a Swiss company called Stably, 6 robots, and are making, I think, a substantial effort to redefine the use of robots in the conception of buildings and cities. We got them in a more quizzical way, meaning we got them because we weren't sure they were legitimate. If they were, how? If they're not, why not? So we made a significant investment with substantial support from the company in order really to interrogate the robot system. So I think that's illustrative of the process of thinking that belongs to SCI-Arc. We don't know how this will come out. You know, I assume you buy a car, you think you know what it'll do. You go on a plane and arrive in Barcelona because you think you know what's there. I think in a lot of cases, we're parachuting into the Okefenokee swamp and trying to work our way out.
If you knew you couldn't fail, what would your legacy look like?
I don't really look at it that way. I think that what the school needs to do is to keep turning itself over. It needs to be proud of itself. It needs to understand its history, its antecedents. But its best project should always be ahead of it.
Love the innovation. I want to thank you for your time. This is the Coach's Corner of Nelson Radio, where we've been talking with the director of Southern California Institute of Architecture, calling in from Barcelona. We appreciate the effort, Eric.
My pleasure. Talk to you guys again soon.
Thanks so much. Thanks, Eric. You can contact us direct at 888-888-2136. 888-2136. That's 888-2136. Or click through at nelsonradio.com. We're going to continue to showcase the iconic homes in Southern California. You'll be able to view those on our website. And if you're in the market, we want you to contact us. We'll set you in contact with our affinity professionals.
You're listening to Nelson Radio. This segment brought to you by Academy Mortgage. Nelson is a licensed lender under the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 331060.
This is Nelson from Nelson Radio, and it's important that we talk about a very serious issue. We had bad lending practices that led to the mortgage meltdown, but now we've got the challenge of deplorable customer service coming out of the meltdown. Bottom line, getting a new loan can be like pulling teeth without Novocaine. I've got the solution. Academy Mortgage and my team are injecting into the industry real performance and real accountability. Here are the facts. Appraisals in less than a week. Rate guarantees that can improve if the market goes down. Purchase transactions with our market-exclusive close-on-time guarantees and refinance transactions in as little as 30 days. Who would have thunk? Guaranteed rates and guaranteed performance from your mortgage lender. Call me, Nelson, an accountable loan expert for nearly 3 decades. Direct at 888-888-2136. That's Nelson at 888-888-2136. 888-888-2136 or at strongcreditrewards.com.